Screen actors, you do not need the whole script to ace any film or TV audition. Wait a minute. Haven't I already done a video about this? Yes, I have. In fact, it's my latest one just before this one. Why am I doing it again? Because I want to give you more tips so that you have everything, all the ammunition you need to feel completely confident when you get an audition and you can't get your hands on the entire script. Everything you need is going to be on the page. What page? This page, or pages of your sides. I want you to notice something about this one. This is the first page of an 8-page script for an audition. And often in this blank part, there is other information, a previous scene that will be blacked out with a Sharpie. And often you can use that information to inform you about what might be happening in the scene that you're actually doing. In this case, there wasn't even any of that. And still, this is enough to give a dynamite audition. In this particular video, I'm going to give you 5 important questions to ask. I'm also going to tell you exactly how you should answer them to get the biggest value from them and to give you the great confidence you need to do a dynamite audition. Stick around to the end because I'm also going to tell you, I'm going to reveal which of these questions is the very most important one. And I'm going to also show you exactly how to answer that one because it's the one that often, well, it's a big stumbling block for many, even experienced actors. My name is Louis DeBianco. I'm a working screen actor and I have 79 screen credits. I've been doing this stuff, performing in front of the camera and teaching for more than 40 years. What I teach you in these videos is stuff that I learned by actually being in the front lines. This is not theory. This is stuff that actually works, and it will help you to grow your career and to enrich your talent. So, by the way, if this is your first time here on this channel, definitely click subscribe and give the channel a thumbs up. Let's get right into it. What are the questions that you need to ask when you get your sides? By the way, I'm going to assume that this is the scenario. You get a call from your agent at 5 p.m. You have an audition for a TV series tomorrow. And you have to do a self-tape and it's got to be back at your agent's office by no later than noon tomorrow. There is no script available. All you've got are the sides. Do you panic? No way. You're calm because you know you've got this. You know exactly what to do to learn and master any scene for any audition. These are the questions you ask and how to answer them. First, who am I? And who is the other person or people in the scene? And by who, I mean specifically define the relationships. For instance, if the other person is your wife, it's not enough. You don't stop there. The relationship is determined by what is going on between you. Is it a wife that you're happy with, you're in harmony with, or is it a wife that you are about to leave or she's about to leave you? Those factors determine the who, the relationship. Once you know that, you ask, where are we? That's really important because it's going to influence how you speak to the other person. Let's say you're doing a really intense, intimate scene and you're in a public restaurant that's very busy. Well, you're going to be speaking at the table with your partner in a very different way than you would if the two of you were alone in your apartment or your home. Then you ask, what? And the what defines the given circumstances, and all of those should be explained in the script. What is actually going on that influences the way you're behaving in this particular scene? Question number 4, why am I doing the things that I'm doing and saying what I'm saying? And by the why, I mean, what is your intention? In other words, what are you fighting for in this scene? What do you want and need from the other person or people in the scene? And the final question is, what is my moment before? And by that I mean, what state am I in just before the scene begins? Again, let's use the husband-wife scenario. Let's say you just discovered that your wife is planning a fantastic surprise vacation for the two of you. She's paid for the whole thing, and you're going to have dinner with her and share this, what is supposed to be a secret. Well, you're going to be in a pretty good state, and we're going to feel that when you begin to speak. But what if you just found out that your wife has been having an affair with your best friend, and you're going to confront her in this scene? Well, your state just before you open your mouth is going to be very different from the one we just described. That I just described to you. So what is my moment before that focuses me and propels me into the scene? I told you that there was one question that was the most important question out of all of them. And that question is, why? What is your intention? Here's where it gets tricky. We know that an intention has to have very, very high stakes. What you're fighting for, we are told, and it's true, should be a matter of life and death. But in many scenes, it's not obvious what the stakes are. Here would be an example. Let's say a good friend of yours in a scene owes you $50, and they've avoided paying you for 2 months. And in this scene, you're going to confront them, and what you are trying to do is get your $50. So you read the scene and you say, well, yeah, I know, but life and death? Come on, $50. Yeah, I mean, I could use it, but it's not a matter of life and death. The stakes don't feel high. Here is the secret. Don't look for the stakes in what is visible. Look for what is beneath the visible. What do I mean? Well, the money, the $50, is not what you're fighting for. Why are you fighting for it? Let's say that this friend always, for years, has taken advantage of your good nature and doesn't treat you with tremendous respect. You really like that person, but you feel humiliated and small often in that person's presence. Well, now, when you're asking for that $50, whether you get it or not is the difference between a high self-esteem and a really low self-esteem. Living with a low self-esteem is an awful feeling. Wouldn't that make the stakes very high? I'm going to give you another example from a wonderful, brilliant play which was made into a movie, a play by David Mamet called American Buffalo. Famous character Teach makes this incredible entrance at the top of the play. We don't know anything about him. And he is in a rage. He is fuming about a woman named Ruthie. He's so angry at her. She's obviously really upset him. And we find out that the reason he's so upset is because when he was in the diner and Ruthie was there, they're good friends. She was having breakfast and he just happened to take a piece of toast off of her friend's plate. And Ruthie looked at him and said, "Help yourself," sarcastically. Why would that really enrage somebody? Okay, they made a sarcastic comment about you taking a piece of toast. Life and death? No. But to teach feels that in that group of friends, he is the one who always comes through for them, who shows them how much he cares. He buys them coffees. He sometimes pays for their lunch, etc. And when Ruthie says, "Help yourself," she is treating him with terrible disrespect. So in this scene, he's wounded. And when he's telling his friend, he wants his friend to sympathize with him and make him feel that he deserves the respect that he wasn't given by Ruthie. So it's not in the details that are in the scene, not in the visible. You find that energy that makes your scene fully come alive. The high stakes in digging deeper beneath the visible until you tap into that emotional core of the invisible that makes you irresistible on camera. If you've gotten value from this, definitely leave a comment below. Share your biggest takeaway and help other people get value from this too. And if you haven't done it already, definitely click subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. I'm going to put a link in the description below, which is taking you to a site where you'll learn everything about my latest online course, Self-Taping Mastery. Self-taping is here to stay. And the more you know about it, the more you'll be able to advance your career and feel totally confident in any audition situation. Visit the site. Just explore what my offer is. If it doesn't feel right for you, hey, great. If it does feel right for you, greater. Then I will see you inside the course. And until the next video, always feel it, say it, mean it, book it.